Help handle.
On Thursday, second graders at Adams Elementary took delivery of 30 field desks to be used in their school forest program. A school forest is an outdoor classroom. Adams is one of about 150 school forests in Minnesota recognized by this unique DNR program. Master Naturalist volunteers Michael and Pam Pegelkoff made and delivered the field desks using their own money. Adams was one of 4 schools in the state chosen this year to receive the gift.
We're just really grateful for Michael and Pam making these desks for us to use. We just got our school forest designation a year or so ago, and now here we are ready to get the kids outside for learning more.
Since 2010, the Pegelkoffs have volunteered to make over 1,800 field desks for the DNR School Forest program. Adams is one of only 63 schools to get field desks.
We'll share 40 hours of work from the time we get the material, all the cutting up, and then the staining and everything else.
I think one of the first early deliveries that we did, a couple of the children came up to me and said, "Oh, this is so nice. Now I won't leave my crayons in this forest, and I won't leave this in the forest." And if they've got papers to do, they can either clipboard them or they can stick them inside and not have them blow in the wind.
While some second graders got to use the field desks right away, they are for any class to use. Meanwhile, others help plant dozens of trees, including white pine, in the Adams Red Hawk Ridge School Forest.
A fun event for families is coming up in just a few short weeks as the city marks National Public Works Week. The Coon Rapids Public Works Department is holding its annual open house on Saturday, May 18th from 10 a.m. to noon. Residents are invited to come check out the snowplows, tractors, and other big rigs used in the city. You can also tour the Public Works facility and learn more about the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. The open house is free and will be held rain or shine.
This is what we allow in the city of Coon Rapids. This is a recreational fire.
Backyard recreational fires 3 feet wide by 3 feet high are allowed without a permit, but keep in mind some of the safety rules for a rec fire.
And the most important thing is you want to have a responsible adult at the fire at all times.
Following the rules is all the more important this year. It's been particularly dry, creating a greater fire risk. You should only use clean, dry, seasoned wood for your rec fire and never burn leaves.
The smoke is horrible for the residents and your neighbors.
If you're caught burning leaves, you'll be fined $75. And think about the wind conditions before you even start a fire.
If the wind speed is over 15 miles per hour, you cannot have a recreational fire. And if you have a lot of trees and leaves in your yard, do not have a rec fire. Clean up those leaves.
And always be prepared with at least one way to extinguish the fire.
Extinguisher can put out the fire if it gets out of control, or if it's time to end for the night, you need to put it out.
A regular garden hose nozzle often does the trick.
You just want to extinguish the fire when you're done. Douse it down, spray it a little bit more, make sure it's out.
Remember, you are allowed to have a recreational fire between 8 a.m. and midnight. An adult must be present at all times. Keep children at least 5 feet away from the fire. Fires must be 25 feet from any building or structure, and be considerate of your neighbors. Backyard recreational fires are meant to bring friends together for fun. For more recreational fire safety tips, check out the city's website.
Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, April 16th City Council meeting. The Council approved 2 new ordinances this week, the first relating to the regulation of pet stores. The ordinance prohibits a pet store from selling or otherwise transferring dogs and cats. City staff says research has found that a significant number of puppies and kittens sold at pet stores come from large-scale commercial breeding facilities where there's health and welfare concerns. Pet stores in Coon Rapids can still collaborate with animal shelters, rescue organizations, and animal control to showcase dogs and cats available for adoptions. The second ordinance approved Tuesday night relates to charitable gambling. It removes the restriction on dispensing only locations and allows nonprofit organizations to operate 5 full gambling sites, utilizing any type of games legally allowed by the state. The ordinance also increases the required contribution to the city from 5 to 7%. We are just over 6 months away from the presidential election, and voters in one Coon Rapids precinct will vote in a new location this year. Residents of Precinct 2-3 will vote at Sand Creek Elementary School. They previously voted at Presbyterian Church of the Master, but due to reorganization and internal changes, the church is no longer available as a polling site.
Do hereby proclaim Miss Coon Rapids Sophia Model to be a Coon Rapids Ambassador of Goodwill.
The crowning achievements of several young ladies were recognized at this week's City Council meeting. Mayor Jerry Cook presented proclamations to Miss Coon Rapids Sophia Model, Miss Coon Rapids teen Abigail Silikov, and the 2024 Junior Royalty, all crowned during the Snowflake Day celebration earlier this year. They represent and give back to the community through various service projects during the year. And that's a quick recap of the Tuesday, April 16th City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN Coon Rapids YouTube channel. The Ice Show is back again this spring at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. This year's theme is Oh, the Places You'll Skate. The show features students from the skating school. You can catch it Thursday, April 25th at 6:45 p.m., Friday, April 26th at 7:15, and again Saturday, April 27th at 7:15 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online or at the door prior to each performance. Children aged 4 and under are admitted free. A lot of work is going into the spring musical being staged at Anoka Ramsey Community College this weekend and next. More than a dozen students perform in Working, a musical. It explores the hopes, dreams, joys, and concerns of the average working American over the course of one 24-hour workday.
So there are different jobs like iron workers, there's a waitress, there is a flight attendant, and basically we're telling these different people's stories from our perspectives.
I think people will take away something very raw. I think everyone is working and everyone needs to put food on the table somehow. And so I think this is a musical for everyone, whether you are getting paid minimum wage or you are getting paid more than minimum wage.
Working is being performed April 12th and 13th, and again April 18th, 19th, and 20th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online or at the box office starting 1 hour prior to each performance. All seating is general admission.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries.
On Tuesday night, the Coon Rapids City Council unanimously supported a resolution calling for equal access to broadband down at the state capitol. Broadband is high-speed internet delivered by fiber optic cable. Broadband companies must install their fiber in city right-of-ways to bring high-speed internet to homes and businesses. A bill at the state capitol would require broadband companies to service communities equally.
The Equal Access to Broadband Act will level the playing field with broadband ISPs while assuring build-out and minimum upload and download speeds to meet the current and future needs of the business and residents statewide.
The bill could also require broadband providers to pay a franchise fee to put their fiber optic cable in a city's right-of-way, just like cable companies are required to do. The fees would be used as PEG funding, which is money dedicated to public, education, and government access programming.
Good evening and welcome to the Coon Rapids City Council meeting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. CTN and other cable production facilities are pretty much funded by cable franchise fees. And as people are cutting the cord, we have seen those fees decline over the last, pretty much the last 7 years.
The proposed law has drawn support at the state capitol from lawmakers and cities and community television stations like CTN.
This is a passive legislation. That means that cities have to decide, and so it's all local control, which is important. But each city can decide what's right for their cities. We did want to put the caps in there at the legislative level of 5% and 3%.
Cable TV franchises were established back in the 1980s, long before the internet became a part of our daily lives.
We need to distribute PEG programming on many platforms to reach our residents where they are, and we need to modernize the regulatory and funding structure in order to do this.
Technology has changed a lot. That's why this funding change needs to happen.
Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, April 2nd City Council meeting. The City Council held a public hearing on a project that will add a third lane on Highway 10. MnDOT and Anoka County recently released the environmental assessment worksheet for the project, which outlines the need for the improvements, along with social, economic, and environmental impacts. A third traffic lane would be added in both directions on Highway 10 between Hanson and Round Lake Boulevard. Comments on the environmental assessment worksheet will be accepted through April 18th. Construction is expected to start next year. A new trail will soon be under construction in Coon Rapids. On Tuesday night, the council awarded a $1.4 million contract for the Coon Creek Trail project, which was funded as part of the 2013 park bond. The trail will begin west of 121st Avenue and then parallel Coon Creek as it turns north to Main Street. The project includes installation of a 10-foot wide asphalt trail and a wooden boardwalk. The work is expected to start in June and take about a year to complete. The Coon Rapids Police Department is welcoming 4 new police officers to the force.
I, Jacob Hilden, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Jacob Hilden, Tara Brunmeyer, Julie Schmitz, and David Genovese all took the oath of office at Tuesday night's meeting. Family members helped pin on their badges, which have now crossed the 200 mark. The numbers are retired with the officers and never reused. The men and women recently completed their field training program and are ready to serve the citizens of Coon Rapids. Congratulations to all 4 officers. And that's a quick recap of the Tuesday, April 2nd City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN Coon Rapids YouTube channel.
There's a new place to dine in Coon Rapids. Representatives from the Metro North Chamber of Commerce helped celebrate the grand opening of Chi Mak Korean Fried Chicken with a ribbon-cutting ceremony Tuesday afternoon. The restaurant is located in the strip mall with Little Caesars Pizza in Riverdale. So far, Chi Mak has received rave reviews from customers. The menu includes signature fried chicken, Korean tacos, main dishes, salad, soup, sides, desserts, and more. This is the first Chi Mak to open in the Twin Cities. The owner says he hopes to open additional locations in the future.
Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On Collection Day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.